Cost curves will always look the same, but other elements like price, revenue, and demand will be different depending on the market structure that the business operates in. Are there lots of producers? Or only a few? Is my product just like everyone else's? Or is it unique? The characteristics of a market will clue you in as the type of structure you're dealing with. Really, there's a continuum of market structures. Let's take a look. In one extreme, we have perfect competition. Well, if it's competitive, how many producers are we talking about? A lot. But how many is a lot or a large number? Economists are not really specific about this, but a large number of producers mean that there is so many competitors that each one is too small to affect the market. Let's think about 100 or more, so each competitor have 1% or less of the market. Since nothing you do affects the market, no one really cares what you do. You're free to make decisions without worrying about how the competition will react. How else can I recognize perfectly competitive market besides having a large number of sellers? Each of those sellers will be producing exactly the same thing. In perfect competition, the product is identical no matter who produces it. One more characteristic. It's easy for firms to come and go from the industry. That is, there is free entry and exit. Think about it. This industry have a lot of producers. Why? Because it's easy to get in and set up a shop. An industry like this, lots of producers all producing exactly the same product. Well, so how much market power, when a market power is defined as the ability to control the price, does the individual firm have? The answer is none. You have no ability to drive the price because 1, you are so small, and 2, everyone else produces exactly the same product. Time to think. What would happen if you would try to raise your price? Now let's take a look on the opposite extreme of the market structure spectrum. Instead of huge number of producers, there is only one producer for the whole market or monopoly. The prefix mono meaning one. Furthermore, the monopolistic product is unique. There really are no substitutes for this product. Lastly, in monopolistic industry, entry by other firms is nearly impossible because of the extremely high barriers to entry. The barrier entry could be really high cost or legal protection like copyrights. Given all of those characteristics, only one producer, a unique product, and no one else can get to the industry to compete with you. How much market power, ability to control the price does the monopoly producer have? The monopolistic have complete control of the price, with the boundaries what consumers are wanting to pay. Are there other structures? Sure. In fact, most world industries will follow somewhere in the middle of ground, not in the theoretical extremes of perfect competition or monopoly. Two these mid-range structures are monopolistic competition and oligopoly. A monopolistic competition structure is still competitive, so there is still a lot of producers, so we can assume the entry to the industry is easy. Unlike perfect competition, however, the products are not exactly the same. They are highly similar and highly substitutable, but not identical. Think about toothbrushes. You go into the store and some of the toothbrushes have square heads or diamond heads or rubber grip handles. You can find also toothbrushes that plays music or glow in the dark. All of those toothbrushes are highly similar and highly substitutable, but we can see the differences. If I believe as a consumer that having a rubber grip handle helps clean my teeth better, then this differentiation gives the producer a small amount of market power. He or she can raise the price a little bit and I would still buy the rubber grip handle toothbrush. If they raise the price too much though, I will switch to some other type of toothbrush. In oligopoly, the prefix oli means few, so I have a few large producers making up the market, each with a large amount of the control or market power. There is some barriers to entry, so it's hard, but not impossible to get in. The product in oligopolistic market can be identical like the members of OPEC who produce oil, Or like car manufacturers, also the small number of producers could be just a handful like cars or a couple dozen like the oil producers. The key is that there is a few enough producers that each one have a fairly large chunk of the market, large enough to any individual producer can affect what happens in the market. Because everyone's actions matter, the producers become mutually independent. Whatever one does affects everyone else. This mutual independence actually makes the oligopoly the most complicated type of market structures to operate in. Here are some examples from a real life. Perfect competition. Vegetables market. Monopolistic competition. Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Oligopoly. AT&T, Spirit, T-Mobile, Verizon. Monopoly. Microsoft.